Hi, and welcome to Her Strong Season. First of all, I just want to say how happy I am that you're here. And whether you've just found this community on your own, whether you've been following me for a little while, or maybe a friend has sent you this community, I generally hope that this becomes a place where you feel supported, where you feel encouraged, and where you're reminded that fitness doesn't have to be this all or nothing concept that we constantly see. But before we talk about workouts, before we talk about nutrition, before we even get into consistency and how that all meshes into fitness, I want to talk about something I believe sits beneath it all. Because I truly believe this is where so many women unintentionally make things harder than they need to be. They don't start where they are. They start maybe where they think they should be. I see it all the time because we open up our social media, right? And we see women training 5-6 days a week. We see the meal prep Sundays, right? We see the 15,000 steps a day. We see the getting up at 5 a.m. We see the, this perfect routine, or this idea that everything has to be done this certain way, right? And without realizing it, we convince ourselves that we have to be there to begin. But that's the problem. We don't have her life. We don't have her schedule. We don't have her responsibilities. We don't know what goes on behind the scenes or what support she may have. We don't know what her day actually looks like. And that's okay, because fitness was never supposed to look the same for everyone. Maybe you're working full-time. Maybe you're raising young children. Maybe you're caring for somebody. Maybe you've just had a baby. Maybe you've never stepped into a gym before in your entire life. Maybe you've been training for years, but nutrition is the thing that you really struggle with. Or maybe life has just simply been so busy lately, so overwhelming. Every woman arrives at fitness from a different place. So why do we expect ourselves to start at somebody else's finish line? And honestly, I've spent years believing fitness had to look a certain way too. I thought the answer was always more workouts, more discipline, more structure, more perfection, right? But over time, I've come to realize that getting healthier didn't require me to change my whole life. It required me to be honest about where I actually was, and then build from there. Fitness for me became so much easier the moment I stopped trying to build somebody else's routine into my life and started building one that actually fit my life. That simple shift changed everything for me. Because one of the biggest things I want you to remember while you're here is this. Fitness should fit your life, not the other way around. If your plan only works when life is perfect, it's probably not a very good plan, because life isn't perfect. Life changes, life gets busy, life gets messy. And your approach to fitness needs to be flexible enough to move with those seasons instead of constantly fighting against them. So right now, I'd love for you to take a few moments for yourself and answer these 3 simple questions. There isn't any right or wrong answers. This isn't a test. It's simply a chance to get honest with yourself, because honesty gives us somewhere real to build from. So, question 1, why does fitness matter to me? And I don't mean I want to lose weight, I want to tone up, I want to fit into some old clothes or this old dress I've had in my wardrobe for ages. Those are great goals, and they are goals. But I encourage you to go a layer deeper, right? And ask yourself why. Why is it important to fit into that dress that's in your wardrobe there? It's been there for years. Why is it that it's important to you to lose weight? Like, what changes if fitness becomes a part of your life? For me, my answer has changed over the years. When I was very young, it was about keeping up on the football field, right? Like playing soccer, playing football, and I just really wanted to have good fitness. Then it moved into about how the way I looked, and I was very thin and I wanted to have some womanly curves. And now it's completely different. Now I want to be 70. I want to stand on top of mountains and scream like, yes, I'm still doing this at 70. I want to travel and not wonder whether my body can keep up. I want to carry my own bags from the groceries. I want to walk to the grocery store and carry them home. I want to keep saying yes to adventures, and I don't want my body to be the reason why I stop living the life that I want. That's my reasons. Your reasons don't have to be the same as mine, but they just need to mean something to you. Because when motivation disappears, and it will, trust me, it will go. Ciao. Your reason is often what helps you keep showing up. So ask yourself, why does fitness matter to me? Question 2. Where am I honestly right now? Now, no judgment, no guilt, just honesty. For you, maybe you haven't trained in years. That's okay. Maybe you've been walking consistently, but you haven't done any strength training. Maybe you're already strength training, but nutrition is something that you really struggle with. Maybe your sleep is your biggest challenge. Maybe it's stress. Maybe you're just figuring out where you can find 5 minutes for yourself because life is just so crazy. Or maybe you're already doing enough and you're just not giving yourself enough credit for it. There is no good starting point and there is no bad starting point. There is only your starting point, and that's enough. So ask yourself, where am I honestly right now? And final question, question 3. What fits into my life right now? Not what should I be doing, and definitely not what I used to do, and absolutely not what someone else is doing. What realistically fits into your life as it looks today? Maybe that's 2 strength training sessions. Maybe it's 10-minute walks most days. Maybe it's just drinking more water, or maybe it's getting to bed a little earlier, or adding more protein to your breakfast. Whatever it is, start there, because small actions that you can repeat will always beat big plans you cannot sustain. I'll say that again, because small actions that you can repeat will always beat big plans you cannot maintain or sustain. So ask yourself, what fits into my life right now? Those are your 3 questions. Why does fitness matter to me? Where am I honestly right now? What fits into my life right now? And I really encourage you to write your answers down in a journal, on a notes app in your phone, on a piece of paper, wherever, it doesn't matter. Just one thing to remember, don't overthink them. Don't judge yourself for them. Just be honest. And then in a few months' time, come back to them and read them. Maybe your why has changed. Maybe your starting point has changed. Maybe life feels a little calmer right now. Maybe you're ready to add another walk each week or another strength training each week. Or maybe your answers are exactly the same, and that's okay too. The important thing is that you are checking in with yourself instead of comparing yourself to somebody else. One thing you'll hear me say often while you're here is that this community isn't about perfection. It's about building something you can actually sustain. There will be seasons where life feels calm. There will be seasons where everything feels overwhelming, but neither season defines you. What matters is learning how to adjust instead of just giving up. And that's what we're going to work on together. If there is one thing I hope you take away from this video, it's this. You don't need to become somebody else to build a healthy life. You don't need a perfect routine. You don't need this perfect Monday that's going to show up in your life one day where everything's calm and relaxed and life is great. You don't need more willpower. You simply need to be honest about where you are today. And then take the next step from there. Because that's how real progress is built. Not by trying to change everything overnight, but by making one good decision. Then another, until those small decisions become a part of who you are. And that's what Her Strong Season is all about. Fitness that fits your life. And if you're ready, let's build it together. Thank you so much for being here. I'm really looking forward to getting to know you and supporting you throughout your journey. Welcome to Her Strong Season. Let's start where you are.